Hello and welcome to the news at When, the 1000s, and in South America the Incas have emerged and set about building their very own empire. They have an incredible story of how it all happened. Some of it is true, a lot of it probably isn't. But here anyway is Bob Hale with the Incan report. Bob.
Thank you, Sam. Well, the year is 1070 or thereabouts. That there is Peru, and the Incan people are just about to magically appear from a cave. I know it sounds a bit weird, and you don't have to believe the story. The important thing is the Incans believed it. So one generation would tell it to the next, who would tell it to the next, who would tell it to the next, just like I'm telling it to you right now, but without the rather fetching tie. So first out of the cave then we have this chap, Manco, followed by his brothers and sisters and all the rest of the Incan people. And Manco appoints himself leader, and to ensure he stays that way, promptly kills all of his brothers. Well, better safe than sorry. And then he marries his sister, Yuck, and they have some children, Yuck, and they settle in a place called Cusco. Yuck! At least it's yuck for the people who already live there, because the Incans just kicked them out. Yep, see ya! So Manco becomes the first lord of Cusco. The Incans have a place to call home, and that is the end of that. But not for long, when mighty Manco pops his socks, there's a big argument about which of his sons should replace him. Luckily, Mrs. Manco sorts it out. She wants it to be her favourite son, Sinchi, so she dresses him up in this pure gold tunic, one that's almost as fetching as my tie, and pretends that he's the sun god, a plan which quite unbelievably works. And since no one's going to argue with the sun god, Sinchi becomes the second lord of Cusco. But not for long. No, after inventing the official royal haircut, yes, I'm serious, Sinchi is replaced by Lord Lockie, who's so ugly his own wife can't even bear to look at him. Honestly, he looks like a plate of mince. Unlucky Lockie. Then comes this big bully, a chap called Maita, and I mean he's big. By the age of 1, he was apparently the size of an 8-year-old child. Just imagine the nappies. Then along comes his son Capac, who's known as the unforgettable prince, and is then promptly forgotten about. Seriously, we know nothing about him, except he was followed by his son Roca, who was then followed by his son Yawa, who was then murdered by his son Wiracucha, who, not satisfied with being Lord of Cusco, insists on being called God. Big-headed? Much! And if you thought that was arrogant, you should see what he gets up to. Not content with ruling Cusco, he starts taking over all the neighbouring lands, and pretty soon this bullying becomes the family business. Yes, along comes his son Pachacuti and his grandson Topper, who take over enough land to create the one and only Incan Empire. And that is the end of that. Or so we thought. Then in 1493, Huayna becomes the Incan Emperor, and while he's off conquering Ecuador, up there, trouble turns up back down in Cusco. Trouble that looks like this. Aliens! No, not really. It's germs. Yes, a plague from Bolivia down there sweeps up, killing thousands and thousands of Incans. And what does Huayna do? He rushes home, catches a plague, and dies. What an idiot. And while the Incans are busy dying of plague, even more trouble turns up. Aliens! No, not really. It's the Spanish conquistadors who want all of the valuable Incan gold. And what do they bring with them? Aliens! No, it's just even more germs. Diseases from Europe this time. Smallpox, in fact, which should have been called Big Pox because they killed so many Incans. So after going from one tiny cave to an entire empire, the Incan people are all but wiped out by a combination of Spanish greediness, Incan weediness, wheezes, sneezes and diseases. And not by knobbly kneeses, short-term leases, ceaseless sea breezes, winter freezes, the Japaneses, or this fine selection of Greek cheeses, including this very crumbly feta to which I am horribly allergic. Oh no, I'm fine, actually. Oh no, I'm not!